Hello, everybody. Hello to all of my fellow realtors. Welcome to today's session. My name is Cherie of Simply Funded. We are hard money lenders. We loan all over the nation. We work specifically with real estate investors that want to grow a real estate portfolio, whether they are doing things like fixing and flipping properties, or they're doing long term purchases in order to build that long term rental portfolio. We would love an opportunity to help serve them. But you're here today as a realtor to learn how you can actually work more with investors in order to help them build their portfolios. And of course, you can get commissions as well. So we want you to consider us one of your partners with regards to being able to do that. Simply Funded has partners that we work with various lending products that we have in order to make you and your clients more successful. We recently closed a few deals in the Front Royal, Virginia area. Super excited about that. We're working on a couple of deals right now in Southern Virginia and um, in Texas. So that's very interesting. But yeah, we're all over the nation with regards to our ability to be able to help the real estate investors that are your clients. So, what I'm going to do today is I actually have a presentation. It'll take about 30 minutes, and we are going to talk about how you are able to close my deals by working with real estate investors. So, first thing is, did you know that there are 24% of homes in 2021 that were actually purchased by investors? So that's 25% of the market, one out of every four, which basically means that if you as a realtor are not serving real estate investors, then you are missing out on a significant portion of the market. So I would encourage you to really think about how you can start engaging with real estate investors and working with them. And today's presentation will tell you some of the things that investors are looking for so that way you are able to have a super prosperous relationship with them. So you may be asking yourself, well, who is an investor? Well, some of the investors are full time rehabbers. These are people that are rehabbing anywhere from 7 to 50 properties per year. Those are people who are pretty much full time. You'll also have part-time rehabbers as well. These are people who are experienced, but maybe they're only doing 1 to 3 properties per year. They may have their full-time job, working 40, 50 hours a week, but then they, will also do 1 or 2 rehab deals per year. You also have some people who are builders. Actually, I'm working right now with a lady who is doing a ground up construction project. So there are people who are builders. They'll typically do about 1 to 3 properties per year. And you'll have newbies as well. Newbies, for the most part, when it comes to real estate investing, these are high income earners. They want to start building a portfolio of rental properties, or they want to do their first fix and flip, but they have never done one before. You're able to work with each of these categories of individuals in order to help them make them successful. So then the next question is, okay, well, what are investors buying? Well, they're buying everything: townhouses, condos, apartments, single family homes, land, multifamily. I was approached yesterday about 50 plus unit building, so investors are buying everything. And the money is out here right now to actually fund those investments. And you, as a realtor, can actually work with investors in order to close those types of deals. So, investors want a few things. Number one, a lot of them want active income. Active income can come from things like a fix and flip or short term rentals, whether it's Airbnb or VRBO. They can come from build to rent. There's a lot of build to rent uh, communities that are being built right now. And there's also wholesaling as well. So, this is the active income that real estate investors can get. But they can also get passive income or what I call semi-active income. This could be from long-term rentals, so they have a house and the family stays there. It could be from room rentals. So, for example, student housing. I know a gentleman in California that's primarily his type of real estate investing is building student housing for, he doesn't build it, he actually buys a house and he outfits it for students, and they actually buy or rent a room for the semester. Another gentleman I know is focused on travel nurses and doing midterm rentals for travel nurses, etc. So that's your passive income. Other types of income that's available is appreciation. This mostly comes from a buy and hold people, but they are looking for that appreciation. And a lot of high income people also are looking for tax savings. So you, as a realtor, can introduce real estate investing with regards to one of the benefits being a lot of tax savings that are available for that investor. So, there are 7 steps to finding and serving real estate investors. I want to go through these really quickly with all of you. The first one is you got to find the investors. And where do you find the investors? Anywhere within your network is a great place to start. You already have a database of people. You know people in your church, your different social groups, your chamber of commerce, things like that. Talking to people in your network, letting them know that you are going to be servicing real estate investors as well. You can also find people at real estate investment associations. You can find them in real estate Facebook groups, and you can find them through the We Buy Houses entrepreneur. Those wholesalers are a great place to find investors as well. Great place for you to find investors is a real estate investment association called GRID. Grid Investor, GRID investor.com. They're located all over the nation. It's a great community. I belong to Grid. It doesn't cost anything to attend the meetings, etc. You can go to gridinvestor.com, find a meetup near you, and definitely get plugged in that way. So, step number 2 for working with investors is once you're talking to an investor, really doing a needs discovery. You can have coffee with them, you can do it on Zoom, etc. But you want to figure out what are their investment goals, what kind of income are they looking for, what kind of properties are they looking for, where do they want to purchase geographically, if they have any other types of investment criteria, do they have any negotiables, any non starters? And one of the most important questions to ask is how much money do they have to put down? What kind of capital do they have or access to capital? So, again, we at Simply Funded, make this bigger, make myself bigger, simplyfunded.com. I'm not doing, yeah, just to go. Simplyfunded.com, you can find us. We can help them with getting the funding that's needed in order to um, get loans, but they will need to come with some money, in order to do the loans. There's practically nobody that's giving 100% funding for real estate investors. So if the person does not have any money right now, then they may want to start doing the active income route, you know, by being a wholesaler or bird dog, and then working their way up to fixing and flipping and doing long-term holds. So if you are talking to investors, or potential investors, let's say you're just talking to high income people, you can say something to them like, hey, 90% of millionaires gain their wealth through real estate. And I'm starting to work with investors to help them find properties that will increase their income and potentially reduce their taxes. Do you invest in real estate? And they're going to say yes, no, or maybe. They're going to basically say, yeah, I invest in real estate. What do you have? Or no, not interested. I don't invest in real estate. Or, yeah, maybe I've been thinking about it. I don't know how to do it. Can you tell me more? Um, if they say yes or maybe, basically that's just a conversation starter. You're able to talk with them, learn more, and figure out how you're able to find properties for them to buy. So, newbies are going to ask various questions. Three of them that I put on here is where should I buy? A lot of people say, industry experts say, start off 50 miles with within where you live. The reason for that is because that investor is able to get in their car, drive 50 miles, go check on their property, whether it's a fix and flip or whether it is a long term hold. Do you know any reputable contractors? You can say yes. If you know contractors, you have relationships, definitely you can point them towards those individuals. But if you're looking for a referral from us, ahremodel.com is a place where you're able to go. And then they may say, I don't have the money in order to buy. That's where Simply Funded comes in. So you can tell them to reach out to us via our website, simplyfunded.com. Okay, step number three is you got to find the properties for your real estate investors. Of course, we all know the 5Ds, but you got your motivated sellers out there: death, divorce, displacement, they're aging, they're moving, they're tired landlords, etc. You're also able to find outside of the motivated seller, the motivated property. It's an outdated house. The property needs a ton of repairs. A retail purchaser would most likely not buy that property. Or you can find cash flowing properties as well. Those are your long term rentals, mid-term rentals, and short term rentals. So let's say that you are looking for properties and outside of the MLS, you're like, okay, where can I find properties? Well, you can do some cold calling within the neighborhoods or door knocking within the neighborhoods where your real estate investor wants to target. You can say something like this to the owner. The reason for my call is I have a buyer who's looking to purchase a three-bedroom house in the 22630 zip code. They have all cash and can close fast. Are you interested in selling your house? And let me put a pin in this because um, even if your buyer is using us Simply Funded in order to help fund that loan, they can still say they have all cash. Okay, it's a cash offer. Are you interested in selling your house? It could be yes, no, or maybe. So, yeah, I'm interested in selling my house. Let's talk about it. What are the terms? How much? Right? Or they may say, no, not interested. Or they may say, yeah, I might be interested in 6 to 12 months. And that again opens up dialogue between you and that individual. All right, step four is all about analyzing your deals. You're going to analyze the deals for the real estate investors. Two major types of deals and two major types of analyses you're going to be doing is either the fix and flip for them to renovate the property or a long term or even short term rental. So, um, I have some basic numbers here with regards to construction, but I will say that if you really need and want help with analyzing deals, definitely come to me, simplyfunded.com, or you can come to contact at simplyfunded.com. Here we go. There's simplyfunded.com. Here, contact at simplyfunded.com comes directly to me, and you're going to be able to um, get, my help with analyzing these deals. Okay. So just wanted to offer that to you. So there are some best practices with regards to analyzing a fix and flip. What you want to do is you want to, along with the real estate investor, make sure that the purchase price and the construction price is no more than 75% of the after repair value. And you may be wondering, well, how can I calculate that? Well, with construction, two very elementary ways of calculating this is if you're going to have a property that you are renovating in order to rent out, you can consider about $18 per square foot as your construction costs. If you're doing a basic remodel for a final homeowner, you could do about $50 per square foot. So you're able to take the square feet, do some basic calculations, and figure out how much money the construction and renovation is going to cost. And then you back into the purchase price. Uh, you also, of course, best practice is about generating a positive cash flow and return on cash, cash on cash return, return on equity for your real estate investors as well. So when you're analyzing rentals, you do want to think about and look at the rental income that's coming in. You want to take out the principal, interest, taxes, and insurance that's going to be paid, the property management, about 8%, the vacancy and repairs, which is about 5%, and any other fees like HOA, utilities that the owner is paying, etc. And you're going to end up, hopefully, with a positive monthly cash flow. And again, investors also care about that cash on cash return. So, how much money are they putting in versus how much money are they getting out of the property every year? And are they going to be able to get their investment back, their cash that they put in? Are they going to be able to get that back within 3 years? Anything under 3 years is pretty good. Okay. And with the BRRRR strategy that we're doing, BRRRR stands for buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat. People are getting their cash back even faster than that. But it is important that you buy right. You're buying the right properties and you buy them right. So there's so much more to know with regards to analyzing deals. You can go to Grid Agent Investor Advisor Certification. You can put that into Google, find that, and that's a great certification program that goes through this information about analyzing deals and so much more than that. So, we're almost done with our 7 steps to working with real estate investors. Step number 5 is once you find a deal, you want to present it to investors. One of the best things you can do is a one-page sheet within an email that gives the key metrics to investors so they can make a quick decision. I actually last week did this for one of my buyers with regards to a property that he was looking at. And he was able to say, okay, based on what you're showing me, this is how I need to, this is how much of a purchase price I need to offer for this property. So it's a really great way for your investors to make super quick decisions. And step 6, a real estate investor typically will not just buy one house every 7 years, unlike our retail purchasers. They want to buy a lot of properties. Some buy properties every couple of months. Some buy properties once a year, but you were able to actually participate in them buying a multitude of properties fairly quickly. That's the BRRRR strategy, where they're buying the properties, they're rehabbing them, they're renting them out, they're refinancing using us, and then they're going to repeat the process over and over again. So you can basically get multiple commission checks working with the same investor every year. And in fact, you may think that a lot of investors are these super huge companies, but it turns out that 75% of investor residential real estate purchases are single family homes, and the average mom and pop investor owns and manages about 3 rental properties. So there's a lot of really good sweet spots with regards to people who are building wealth through real estate. And again, step 7, you can get multiple commission checks from one person from one property with purchase, the long term rentals, as well as people selling the properties, over time. So multiple commissions are available to you. There are a lot of tools and resources that you can use as a realtor in order to work with investors. You can use your CRM and definitely should. You also want to consider something like a batch service that has skip tracing and it has the leads in there, the properties that, for example, let's say you're going after tired landlords, the absentee owner lists are in there, and they have a batch dialer as well within that tool. You can also get a headset part-time virtual assistant. There are some people who are doing very well with the VA dialing out in order to get those deals for your real estate investors. So again, Simply Funded, we offer loans nationwide. Loans are approved within one business day, usually can close within 10 days. A lot of them close anywhere between 10 and 20 days. So we are here to be a resource for you. We can do all sorts of loans, including loans to purchase properties, fix and flip, construction, ground up construction. We also just signed on to work with a company that even does some commercial stuff. So if you have any kind of storage or restaurant or anything like that, and you want to buy the building, then we can be a resource for you. So the terms are anywhere from 6 months to 30 years. You can get money within an LLC, or your clients can if they have an LLC. The loans are not reported on the credit report, so they don't have to worry about traditional funding when they get to 10 properties and all of a sudden the traditional bank will say, no, we can't fund any more of your loans. Actually, with our loans, there's no cap. So if they want to own 20, 30, 50 properties, no problem. We are able to service them at simplyfunded.com. So that is it for me. I hope you enjoyed today's session with regards to how you are able to help your investors actually build and grow their real estate portfolios. And because of that, you can receive a lot of commissions from real estate investors by working with them. So you can close more deals by helping investors find deals, find the funding, get the tenants, you're going to receive commissions. And if they choose to sell those renovated properties, you get commissions there as well. So with that, we'd love to work with your investor buyers. Again, contact at simplyfunded.com. Contact at simplyfunded.com is the best way for you to get in touch with me. And that is it for today's session. If you have any questions, definitely reach out. Other than that, I will see you on the money making journey. Take care, everybody.